Hello everybody and welcome back to a PSVR2 news recap. Now it has been a little while, but a lot has happened on the PSVR2 side of things and a couple of exciting things I want to talk about and some clarification on whether or not the features are going to be equal in Phasmophobia on console, and it seems like they are. But let's get into that a little bit later. For now, let's kick things off with Undead Citadel. This melee fighting game with a lot of skeletons and zombie-like creatures is making its way to PSVR2 as soon as QA is done on Sony's end. Now, we've heard this from so many developers over the last, honestly, year and a half when PSVR2 has been out. QA can take a long time to get the green light, but the port is pretty much done. The game does not include multiplayer, but on their roadmap they also said that's set to arrive in the first half of 2025. So that'd be really fun. But people waiting for this one, hopefully it's not too much longer until we get a bit of concrete news about a release date. Maybe it'll come out before the end of 2024. We had the Arizona Sunshine remake come out. Have you tried it? Please let me know what you think of it in the comments below. I played it all the way through for my review and I really enjoyed my time with this one. I did play Arizona back on the HTC Vive, but I never completed it, and this was a great excuse for me to jump in and complete the game because the remake redoes everything. I will be having a co-op video go live in the next couple of days because the cooperative stuff I didn't really show off in my review because I didn't really have time to do that, but there will be a co-op video coming out fairly soon, which is really exciting. But the reception to Arizona has been positive. I know some people are kind of hung up on the fact there's no DFR and there is some aliasing. I agree with you, I said that in my review, but it wasn't enough to ruin the experience. You do get used to it, and the game is just polished and fun on a mechanical side of things in terms of gameplay, so I'm willing to give it a pass for that. The developers behind Max Mustard came out and said that the game actually sold better than Quest in its first 2 weeks. Now, this is really cool to see. It shows how dedicated we are as a PSVR2 community, picking up games that perhaps people on Quest 2, let's be honest, a lot of the Quest demographic might be kids, so they're more interested in your Pavlovs and your Gorilla Tags. So a game like Max Mustard might just kind of breeze past them a little bit. I think it got more of kind of like a hype circle going in the PSVR2 community because of their marketing, because of the fact that maybe some PSVR2 users don't really have that many options for the platformer genre, and I'm really glad to see it do well because it's a really good game. If you played it, you already know it's a gem. But the developers put a post on Reddit basically thanking the community for how well it's done in the first 2 weeks. For a bit of comparison, the Quest platform has over 20 million headsets sold and PSVR2 has 2 million headsets sold, so that's a small fraction of the user base, but it sold better, which is fantastic to see. This is the kind of support that makes this community fantastic, and you know I'm not a console war sort of person. I hate comparing headsets in a negative light unless it is just pure technical aspects. The Quest community is fantastic. I know many people from it, and I mean I've tried Quest before and I love the headsets. But this is a bit of positive news for the PSVR2 side of things in terms of sales, which is really encouraging. A win for PSVR2 is a win for VR, just as a win for Quest is a win for VR as well. We also got a release date for Whitewater VR Extreme Kayaking Adventure. This is a bit different to Kayak VR Mirage. It focuses less on the visual aspects because Kayak VR is a fantastic looking game, but this seems to be focusing on the gameplay of whitewater kayaking. Now, of course, we got a stage in Soka Valley, which includes this in the latest Kayak VR update, but if you wanted a game that's focusing just on the whitewater stuff, with 5 locations in a canyon, valley, eastern Iceland, which is a big thumbs up from me, I love Iceland as a country, to be able to visit there in VR is going to really bring me to this game, I think, and make me get it. There's also a tropical jungle and a spring mountain. The gameplay of this one does look pretty awesome. The stages are quite varied, and obviously it's a bit more full-on than Kayak VR Mirage because this is whitewater focused. Now the release date is the 24th of October, so it's coming up very soon. I'm going to see if I can get in touch with the developers and see if I can get my hands on it because I would love to cover it. But yeah, looks awesome. We also have the release date of Vendetta Forever, which is October 24th as well, the same as the Kayak game. Now Vendetta Forever is a game that utilizes a brand new mechanic called low kill motion. Feeling a bit like Super Hot meets Pistol Whip. When you kill an enemy, you grab their weapon and then are transported to their position, a good way of getting around motion sickness while also not having direct, boring teleport movement. You'll go through loads of stages inspired by classic action movies with a ton of weapon variety and enemy placement variety keeping you on your toes. I can't review this one right now in this segment because the embargo's not up yet, but stay tuned next week for a full review on this one. But be excited for it if you want to catch an interview with the lead developer. That went up yesterday, so take a look. Stilt is also getting a Halloween update with Hops of Horror, as they call it. This is on the 28th of October, and essentially it's going to be adding some spooky environments, a couple of jump scares, and a bit of a switch up to the tone of the game, especially in the multiplayer lobby. So I'll have to give this a look on the 28th when it comes out. Stilt is a fantastic little game. I really like it. I have yet to try the multiplayer. I've heard that's a load of fun, so maybe it'll be time to try it when the update comes out. And finally, I did allude to Phasmophobia at the start of this. We have got clarification on whether all the features of the game will be coming to PSVR2, and by extension the console ports. A direct quote from them is Phasmophobia will launch on console and PSVR2 on October 29th, 2024, which we already knew, and it includes full feature parity with the PC version. Now this, for me at least, locks them in to having to include voice recognition. Now I'm assuming they've got it working now from this, which is fantastic. If so, if it comes out without voice recognition for whatever reason, that'll be a massive downer, I think, because they've said everything's going to be there, but this, I think, is the clearest possible confirmation we can get that it will be there, which is really exciting. So if you've been looking forward to Phasmophobia, we'll be getting the full experience on console, straight match to PC. A couple of other details as well. It will be reprojected, which is not really a surprise. It will take advantage of the PS5 Pro's hardware when that comes out, which is again not really a surprise, but it does use dynamic foveated rendering from what I've heard, which is fantastic. Anyway, that'll do us for today. We'll be picking up Phasmophobia. Is there any other news today that really stood out to you that you're excited about? Please do let me know. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to our patrons and YouTube members: Luke Bentley, Phil Irving, Hazit Mirza, Ace Gamer, Hippie Pickle, Jin007, A License to Chill, SunWTF, Fat Controllers, The Game Cat, Andrew Aaronwright, Jason Parker, Lamar Hall, Jody Bansma, Lemon64K, Outcast VR, Prophecy777, Gundy, Salvador, and David Gerpart. If you want to join the Patreon or YouTube membership, all those links are down below, and I hope to see you all in the next one.